Welcome back, everybody. Real Squad with the real reviews. Boba Fett, episode 4. How do I feel? Have my feelings changed since last week with episode 3, where I was very disappointed? Let's find out, shall we? Take the hat, the mask off. Hold on, man. Whoo-wee. Book of Boba Fett, episode 4. All right, well, let me start off by saying this. I liked it slightly better from last week's episode. So this might be a hot take on my behalf. I'm still having an issue with if you watch my last review, I showed a clip of Boba Fett in Mandalorian season 2, when he's fighting these stormtroopers. We have yet to see a scene like that. And it's been 4 episodes of the Boba Fett show. 4 episodes of the Boba Fett show, and we have not one scene with Boba Fett to match the Mandalorian scene where he just served all these stormtroopers. So with that being said, like I said, it's slightly better, but this episode starts off, he's already in the back to tank, and I think this might be the end of the flashbacks. This is showing you what was going on during Mandalorian season 1 when Mando came to Tatooine or whatever, and him and Boba happened to be there at the same time, but they didn't cross paths. And at this time, Boba is pretty much just wandering the desert, you know what I'm saying, with his bantha that he kept from the Sand People. It was one still alive, so he's just roaming the desert. He hears two. This part was pretty cool. He hears 2 flares go off, and when he looks to the right to look at the flares, they played a Mandalorian theme song, so to let you know that's the connection. Like, that was when the Mandalorian Din Djarin was fighting Fennec Shan and defeated her by using the flares or whatever and shooting her in the stomach. So Boba takes the bantha over there, and he sees Fennec in the sand. And so we know this part. We know that he picks her up or whatever, and they end up working together. But we don't see exactly what happened. So here, this is where it gets weird for me. So I guess like the kids of Star Wars these days, or around this time, they're all into modifications, and so it's almost like I forgot that game, Cyberpunk. Like, all the kids are cyberpunked out, and so he walks up to this modification place, kind of like a tattoo parlor, and you got all these different kids with, like, just droid parts. I guess I can call it. And he walks in there, and the dude that's running the place is apparently a musician. He does like some type of like rock or whatever, and I think that's his music playing in the parlor. Yeah, the music is okay. It's not really Star Wars to me, but it was alright. I wasn't really tripping like that. But it's a black dude. It's pretty cool. He got dreads, but he's the one that ends up putting Fennec Shan back together with her body part or whatever. So I thought that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that was cool. Um, but yeah, he fixes her up, and basically, you know what I'm saying, after she wakes up from being fixed, she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Boba Fett." She's like, "You ain't Boba Fett. Boba Fett is dead." And then you get the whole little speech of, "I was dead when I was left on the sands of Tatooine." You know what I'm saying? You get all that. And he pretty much explains the first 3 episodes to her in like 3 sentences. Like, yeah, the Tusken Raiders found me, uh, brought me back to health, and let me join as one of their own, basically. And I got pretty cool with them. Then they were killed by the speed biker dudes. And Fennec Shan is like, the speed biker dudes killed Tusken Raiders? That's highly unlikely. But they brush over that part. So I'm wondering if maybe somebody else actually killed the Tusken Raiders. But I doubt it. It probably was the bikers. Um, but yeah, so she basically says, like, since you saved my life, I owe you like a life debt or a favor. So once it's paid, I'm bouncing out or whatever. And he was like, all right, well, just help me get my ship back from Bib Fortuna, the guy who took over for Jabba the Hutt's palace. So Bib Fortuna has Boba Fett's Slave One ship. And they don't call it Slave One in the series. They changed the name, as you all know, the big controversy last year about Boba Fett's ship being named Slave One. It's called Fire Spray now. I think that was the original name from when his dad had the ship. Maybe it was Fire Spray. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think so. But yeah, so she agrees to help him capture, or not capture, but get his ship back. And this was probably to me, I guess, like the best part of the show, of this episode. Fennec Shan is probably like, she's coming up in the ranks as like the best sidekick partner right now. If there even is a category, she's killing it. She got the hidden compartment for her knives in the gun, and also a hidden compartment for a drone. So when they get to Jabba's palace, or Bib Fortuna's palace now, um, it's a lot of guards, but they don't know exactly how many. And so she uses this droid ball, and she, like, you feel me, that floats down there and goes through the whole compound. This is kind of like the first time you get to see like a hologram map out of Jabba the Hutt's palace. So I thought that was pretty dope. And you got to see the hangar where they were keeping Slave One, the ship. And so I thought that was clean. I'm like, dude, she is coming in handy so much for you, like in the clutch right now, bro. Like, you're lucky you found her, because she is so clutch right now. And so she does her little ball thing. It goes in there, comes back and scans. It's like way too many guards. So she's like, oh, we just gotta do this in a stealth way. So like I said, this part was pretty cool. They stealthily make their way into the palace, and they get to the ship. And at this point, like, they're found out. Oh, before they get there, it's a cool little Easter egg scene with one of the droids. So they break into the kitchen. And that's the first place they break into, and one of the chefs hears it or whatever. And this chef was one of the droids that pretty much gave R2D2 his job in Return of the Jedi when he was captured by Jabba the Hutt. So this same droid hears them coming through the kitchen and tries to like sound the alarm. Boba Fett knocks him out. There's another droid though, and this droid has 6 arms and has knives because they in the kitchen. It's cooking, but it raises the 6 arms and does the same little General Grievous thing with the spinning arms, like with the lightsabers. I thought that was pretty dope. It was pretty funny. It didn't work out, obviously. Fennec Shan like slid behind him and cut his like with a some type of weapon. She slices the droid's head off or whatever. So I thought that was pretty funny. It was cool. I don't know. It's just, I guess with, like, I liked it, but I guess it bothers me because I'm looking to take Boba Fett a little bit more serious, I guess, than the Mandalorian or Din Djarin character, because we're just now getting introduced to him. We already know Boba Fett. We know how turned up he is. He only had 6 minutes of screen time in all the other movies, the previous movies, but as far as the lore and the comic books and what they've been doing lately, we know Boba Fett is ridiculous. He's the best bounty hunter. And so when it gets comical and like silly like this, it kind of takes me out. But besides that, it's cool. They get to the ship. Fennec Shan goes absolutely crazy with her gun and shoots like 12 to 15 bad guys. You know what I'm saying? She's going crazy. Boba's in the ship trying to get the ship out, and he's having trouble with the guns. They jammed. And so she does this cool maneuver where she shoots this droid that's like a battery, and it blows up like a lot more than the other guys. And as the ship is turning, she sees like the door and like the pressure chain holder that's holding it in place, and she shoots that, and the door flies open and they fly out. So that was dope. And just to top that scene off, as they're flying away, you know what I'm saying? She's asking like Boba Fett, like, what's next? She's like, I got a couple of scores to settle, and I want to, I got to find my armor, and I want to take over Bib Fortuna's, what he got going on or whatever. But as they're talking about this, they come across the dirt bike, not the dirt bike, the speeder bike gang, and he just uses the ship and blows them all to bits. And I thought that was pretty tight. I'm like, see, that's the Boba I'm used to. He just absolutely destroyed these guys. It was like 12 of them on speeders. But then it gets funny again. So Boba Fett goes back to the Sarlacc pit in the ship, assuming that when he got out of the Sarlacc pit, the only reason he got out was because of his armor, but the armor must be stuck inside. I'm like, bruh, you gotta know you got out with the armor. It's whatever. So he pulls the ship directly up to the mouth of the Sarlacc, and it's pretty dope. You get to see it in better quality, I guess. And of course, don't you know it? The beak pops out, bites the ship, gets the tentacles around the ship, and then again, Fennec Shan comes to save the day, presses the button, and releases that classic Boba Fett bomb, that with the dope sound, drops it inside the Sarlacc, boom. Gone. You know what I'm saying? Killed it. But at that point, Boba jumps down there, goes inside the Sarlacc. Long story short, we all know that the armor isn't down there, and so they go about their business basically. And I guess there it jumps back into the present day, and this is where I guess I like this also. They run across Black Chris Sanson again. He's in that cantina, the Twilight Lady's cantina that she runs, and it's crazy because there's I think it's a Krindoshan. Wookiees and Krindoshans don't get along at all, and that's the like the lizard looking people in the show. And so Black Chris Sanson is in the cantina, just eyeing all these oh crap, I just forgot their name that fast. Um, well, he's eyeing all the lizard looking people, and you can tell like it's tension. His knuckle dusters is like electrified and stuff. They're lighting up. So he just gets up and just starts beating the crap out of these dudes, bro. Like it's so funny. It's not even funny. He beating the shit out of them, and he gets to the last one, and the owner of the cantina is like, "Look, man, his name is Santo too." So they bring out his nickname. She like Santo. Like it's been a long time since you was a gladiator, because he used to be a gladiator fighting in the fighting. You feel me, for money or whatever. She was like, we live in more civilized times, and like if you put him down, the Krindoshan, yeah, if you put the Krindoshan down, um, I'll pretty much relieve your tab, so you'll owe no more money. And like he's looking at the Krindoshan, looking at her, and like Boba Fett has walked in at this time. He's just watching everything happen. Man, he must have ripped that thing arm off, threw it on the ground, threw him on the ground, and just gave her some money anyway. Like here, I paid my tab off. I couldn't let that go. So like I said, they got a lot of history. The Krendoshans and Wookiees have a lot of history. The Krendoshans usually hunt Wookiees to sell their fur. So I thought that was interesting and pretty cool, a little Easter egg that they kept inside. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Black Chris Sanson now got his official due diligence because of the last episodes. He was just underpowered, or they nerfed him. Um, but yeah, Fennec Shand mentions to Boba during the show, like, you got a little bit soft since you've been hanging with the Sand People. And he said it's not me being soft, it's I forgot the word he used, but I see what they're trying to do, but I feel like they not trying, not necessarily make him a good guy, but make him more honorable. But they could have made that, they could have did this a little bit better by at least giving us some more badass Boba scenes leading up to this, not just him being, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird for a Boba show. Like I said, we're at episode 4, only 3 left, so we're more than halfway through. And apparently, these last 3 episodes are supposed to be the ones that's gonna hit. So, oh yeah, and right before the episode ends, Boba's talking to Fennec Shand. Is like, yeah, we're gonna need some more backup. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about to get war. It's about to come wartime, because they're figuring out that the Pikes are running everything, and they met with the other houses. All the houses agreed not to step in and help the Pikes, while Boba tries to fight the Pikes off the planet or whatever. So all the houses and the families can run the planet by themselves, not dealing with the Pikes. And so in the midst of that, Fennec Shand is like, we are preparing for war, basically. Like, we need more help. And they play the Mandalorian theme one more time, and she basically said, I think if we got enough money, I know where to look." And so that's like giving you a hint that Din Djarin may be coming in the next episode or in a future episode. So like, the team is getting bigger. Hopefully they can kill it with these last 3 and bring me all the way around. I'm still on the fence, but hey man, it's okay. If I had to scale this episode, if I gave last week episode a 6, I get this one a 7. It's cool. Yeah, yeah. I give it a 6.5. I'll give it a 6.5. Like I'm being really hard on Boba, bro. Like I'm definitely comparing him to what I'm familiar with and what I've seen before, and it's really not lining up right now. Fennec Shan is still in the show. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm still on the fence. Hopefully by the end they can win me over. Let me know how you guys feel. Are you feeling Boba Fett so far? Not feeling it? Yeah, let me know. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure y'all hit that like button and see y'all soon.